Number one, it is a force for good. We have a lot of power.
Let's use this, and for evil, click. That was Hitler. That's what he wanted to do.
We never used it like Hitler.
There is, however, a desire to get power in order to use it for good. You've got power, you've got to use it for the good.
He died in a car crash on a fatty conch. You figure it out.
Everybody was afraid. We were afraid of him. We were afraid of him.
A lot of things added up.
I try and sort of pretend I'm not him.
It's a bit schizo.
My name is Joe English.
My name actually is Jan Svogelboot.
It seemed a little bit like magic,
We've just gone round for an hour. We've got in our heads just the riffs. There's no riffs. It's like it's complicated now, where it needs complications, but it's complicated in the bit. But no, I'm trying to help you, but I always hear myself annoying you. I'll play, whatever you want me to play, or I won't play at all if you don't want me to play. Whatever it is that will please you, I'll do it.
Is it just because we don't feel like it, or is it? I wish we could start hearing the tapes now. Queen says no to pot-smoking FBI members.
People listen.
I was talking to Neil last night about an idea that while we were rehearsing the show ourselves, we should have alongside us someone sort of near, so that we're getting the same kind of buzz. And at the end, the final bulletin is the Beatles are broken up. Message. A couple of kids running in my yard.
Message. It's a bit funny, Grant, but it all sounded like our buried Paul. But we didn't even think of that. I mean, of course, there's a slight chance that John did without telling me. We set out Strawberry Fields forever. We were convinced a few lads had discovered Brad's message, but nothing else.
Shame.
You rang Neil.
Neil spoke to me and he said that he would make phone calls to see if they would show, and then when I arrived back, RS was here. And
PM was on his way.
PM was on his way.
He died. He went out to the West Coast.
Yeah. Like life goes on.
Bra.
I don't know. I just think it's just silly of me or anyone to try and say, no, you can't. But he sort of really finished the idea off, which made it sensational. It's horrible.
He's gone and left us. I really feel he should have stayed. Because, 2 years, 18 months ago, he would have made. We're just carrying on.
Tony!
I know we would have really split and then see in a year's time. And John does bullshit. I bullshit. Ringo bullshit. I wasn't from Irish. I've got all the film of it. Oh yeah, all sort of together. Incredible, just sort of seals what we're doing. We weren't sort of really very truthful there. There was a long shot of you sort of walking with it, and it's just not you. We totally sort of put our own personalities under.
Enough little biddies going to keep you interested even 100 years later.
And he said to me once that the children of 2000 will be listening to the Beatles.
And they knew there was no real reaction, but John all night was saying to me, if I can get America peace, it's the doorway to the world. If I can get into America, I've got the world, I mean, that's how aware he was.
You know what I mean? Whereas maybe Bill's the same. He seems to be individualistic, if you like, in as much as he's very self-contained. He doesn't need anybody else at all.
But do you think if you put any pressure on him, that he'd go your way a bit more?
Oh, well, it's God and it's all those things. Paul is God and we're just lying around there, Because it's a kind of subtle bit of PR for God.
It was no longer just the four of us. It was all the people behind us and over us and in front of us who wanted the Beatles to last forever. And then we no longer cared anymore.
It's bloody daft. Here I am in this band and I felt like, this really isn't me.
It would be very tragic if we weren't more heavily involved in the future. Right. We've got the respect for each other's ability and integrity. I can't think of any other requirements that business associates need. But what's with it? We now think, Dick, we now think that it's time we sorted it out a bit more early.
I promise you, I will try to sort it out as quickly as possible. Come back and sit down with you and put it on the line. If I am advised that I were to sit with my own thoughts and I'm not prepared to do anything, I'll still come back and sit down and honestly tell you.
You see, because we get advice.
That's the most pessimistic view I can take.
But it's up to us whether we do it or not.
So, Dick, that's it. You go away and you come back with something which you know won't start this argument again. Just a hint.
But the equity goes up.
Your equity goes up as well. So that's not all.
Yeah, but if you're all wrong, I say that figuratively speaking, it is entirely wrong.
You want it on a gold day.
Fair enough. What's that? What is that? What's that? Oh, it's a radio built in.
No, wrong. It's a phone. Just a little thing we have up our sleeves, Dick.
Well,
was there any truth in the rumour that you were dead?
Not much, you know. Not really here.
No.
There are two Paul McCartneys. I mean, we never believed all that stuff, you know. It's like Paul is dead as well. There was another rumour, you know. I didn't believe that one.
Why do you think that rumours come? Why do they come about? Because Paul McCartney's dead, of course.
What about the rumor that was going around one time that you had died and there was a double standing in for you?
It's not true. I can categorically state that right now, Tom. I'm almost alive.
Was it fun for you or crazy time?
Yeah, it was actually, because the man from our office rang up and he said, it's on the press that you're dead. I said, well...
What a super...
Yeah, that was great. Oh, thanks, yeah, fine. And he said, what do you want to do about it? I said, there's not a lot I can do about it, actually. So we just let it ride, you know, there was nothing else we could do. I just came out with a couple of statements and said, like, what was it, the Mark Twain one, rumours of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Somebody said that. Yeah, I wasn't really dead.
It is me. According to the Jerusalem Post, the staff of this field of very disagreement. Who else can do that?
Yeah, I mean, there was a period a few years ago and I was dead. Supposed to be dead, you know, Paul is dead.
I wanted to ask you about that. Are you...
No, I'm not actually dead, no. Not actually. Just a good replica. Just a good replica. You know, but I'm not actually dead at this minute anyway.
I, in this shell, am that guy I've read so much about. And then Paul McCartney's the sort of successful bit of it all that I'm very proud of, but I don't imagine I'm him, because it'll just blow my head off.
So, you know, I feel like I'm going to justify living, you know, which is a bit of a piss-up, because I don't really want to have to sit around and justify myself a bit weird. But there are lots of things that haven't come out.
Well, what is the most unusual legend or rumor you've heard about yourself?
I can't think, actually. There've been a lot. I really can't think.
I try and sort of pretend I'm not him.
It's a bit schizo. My name is Joe English.
My name actually is Jan Vogelboek.
We have a lot of power. It is a force for good.
Beatles had power, but what people don't understand is that power didn't just influence the world through our music, it influenced us directly.
Paul had died some while back. He had a jolly good impersonator working for him because I began to believe it myself. It was obvious that he's died and the boys are covering it up.
Am I really that guy? Is this the same body I'm inhabiting? And it is quite sort of strange. And it is quite sort of strange.
That's what you gotta choose. High heels for me. But I'm told, you see, I need something to make me small.
Now, all our messages were subliminal, you know.
It seemed a little bit like magic, you know.
Doesn't mean a lot, you know, being 39, being 40, being 3,823. 3,823.